Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring Karthus. In the last video, we had pushed forward and gotten their middle lane tower in their base, but we weren't able to get their inhibitor, and now the rest of the team is counterattacking. They were just able to kill our Pantheon, and now they're pushing towards our mid, so I am hurrying back, and Kyan's hurrying back. Kyan's in a dangerous position though, because he could have been flanked by the enemy team, but fortunately he was able to get out of there okay. The goal here is to defend the tower. You don't want to go too far forward. You want to be fighting with tower support. Fortunately, their Amumu is fighting inside my defile, so he's going to die quickly. Donski gets killed, unfortunately, and their Jax is trying to get away, so I'm going to pop off my ultimate, Requiem. And he takes a ton of damage, but he's not quite dead. I miss with my lay waste, and Kyan finishes him off. So well done, Kyan. Good job getting the kill. So this team's going to back off. We can't really pursue, or can't pursue too far, but we managed to chase them away, and we killed 2 people on our team. So that was an inconclusive team fight. We exchanged 2 for 2 with the other team, 2 kills on each side, but we were able to push back their attack on our middle lane. So well done. Now with the 3 of us here, the 3 of us all having the Baron buff, that's what the little purple thingies around our heads are, the Baron Nashor buff. We're going to push forward, and I was like, oh, that's right, their middle lane tower is dead, so that means we have free access into their base, and their inhibitor is very exposed. So I tell everybody, go for the inhibitor, just ignore Kennen, he's not important, killing that inhibitor is what matters. Of course, I stupidly have Defile on the whole time. So now we've got the inhibitor, and now it's time to just get out of there. You can see David is sticking around too long. He's still trying to fight. Kyan gets killed, Kyan goes down. But David sticks around to fight for some reason, and that's just a mistake. Even though Tristana has rocket jump, it's not going to be enough to save him. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do there, David. You're just going to get killed there. So unfortunately, we take 2 kills, but we've taken down the inhibitor, and that means we're going to spawn super creeps. You'll see them later on. Pantheon is over in the bottom lane for some reason, which means he's probably going to die, but he actually teleports out of there before he was about to die. Kind of a waste of either teleport or recall. I guess not if he recalled out of there, but fortunately he does manage to get out of there. Alright, now we've taken down the enemy inhibitor, so that means that we'll be spawning super creeps, and hopefully I'll be able to show them on video in a minute or 2. These are minions that are much harder to kill. They have more life, they have a much higher armor and magic resistance, and they make it much easier to take down the enemy base. So next I'm going to build towards Void Staff, which adds more ability power and adds more magic penetration. In the meantime, what we want to do is defend until the rest of our team comes back to life, and fortunately everybody is just about back up now, so for the meantime we'll just head towards the middle lane and see what's going on there. We are in good shape on the top and bottom lanes for right now.
We want a vision ward.
Not too much going on. We're waiting for everybody to come back to life again. Now you can see the Baron buff is worn off because I no longer have the swirl around my head. And that guy right there, the minion, the red minion in with the big claws, that is a super creep. So now we're going to engage mid, but this is a bad fight for them because it's 4 on 2. And that means we're going to be able to stun Garen here. But he does in fact manage to get away, but not everyone on their team is going to make it. Or actually, I think that their whole team did manage to survive that fight. Interesting. I guess we weren't able to kill anyone. But you can see what's going on here. If you look top lane, Amumu is, once again, not with the rest of his team. So I ping Amumu and I tell everybody, you know, let's go get him. Their poor Amumu player did this over and over again this game. I think he's a newcomer. I think he just doesn't have a good map presence yet. But this is why you don't want to do this. You don't want to be by yourself at this stage of the game. You're just going to get hit by the rest of the team, and you know, then you're dead. And now that we're 41 minutes into the game, you're going to be dead for about 40 seconds afterwards before you can come back to life. So, you know, that's going to be it for him. So, if you're watching this video and you're relatively new to League of Legends, don't do this. You're just asking to get killed. It's a mistake. Okay, we're all together. All 5 of us are in the top lane, and we're in good shape on the other 2 lanes. You can see bottom's being pushed, mid is in good shape. So now that we're all together, let's just group up and we'll push this lane forward and see if we can get into their base here. Now the enemy team should spot this, but they're out of position. 2 of them are bottom lane, Ashe and Kennen are bottom lane, and Amumu should still be dead. So we're in relatively good shape to go forward and get this tower. Out comes Garen and Jax though, and they're going to do a pretty good job, along with the tower fire, of defending against us here. And in comes an Ashe arrow, pretty good shot there, Ash, actually. So we're taking quite a bit of damage. It's time to back up, get out of this fight. You can see how much damage we've taken. I'm almost dead, so I'm going to get out of this fight. I will pop off Requiem to try and do some damage to the enemy team. I don't think I get a kill from that Requiem, but I did do more damage. But in any case, this started out as a good fight, but it rapidly turned into a bad fight. So now we need to back off and get out of there. Unfortunately, Donsky gets killed. Donsky wasn't able to get out of there. So actually, I'm the only one alive on my team right now, which is not a good thing at all. So what started out as a good fight turns into a bad fight. What the other enemy team should do right now, with 4 out of the 5 of us dead, is they should push and try to get the Baron, which is now back up, but I guess they didn't have a sight ward there. So instead, the enemy team is going to spend their time back in their base. I have teleport, so I'm going to teleport over here and grab this bottom lane tower, because I can see in the enemy base, thanks to our minions, that they're all inside their own base right now, so this will be relatively safe for me to do. And now that the enemy team is back in their base, I'm going to head up towards the Baron. And if their team's going to stick back and defend their base, then we will go ahead and try to get the Baron buff again. What the Baron buff does is it increases your stats in just about every category. It adds more ability power. I think it adds some attack speed. Not 100% sure on that, but it just basically makes your team much stronger in every regard. It's the best buff that you can get in the game. It's much better than the blue buff or the red blizzard buff. So we will go there together. As soon as we have 3 people there, we'll be able to start taking on the Baron. So as soon as David teleports in, I think that we're in good shape to take it on. Now, while this fight's going on, we do have a ward, so we have some sight, some presence. All I'm doing is just watching the minimap. I'm not watching the Baron himself at all. I'm just watching to see where they are, and right now I can see, okay, one of them's bottom lane, 3 or I think 4 of them are mid lane. As long as they're staying down there, we're safe. We're okay. And yep, so we're able to go through, and now we've got the Baron buff again, which is great. I'm up to 655 ability power, and I have a humongous amount of magic penetration. So the other team is caught in a terrible situation here. They are caught between us and their tower. This is not where they want to be. So we're going to come from behind. I'm going to pin them up against the tower with my with my Wall of Pain. Pantheon jumps in, which is great. Ashe is going to run off to the side, but I'm just going to chase her, and I can run just as fast as Ashe. I guess she doesn't have Ghost. And just look at how much damage she's taking from my Defile every second. I don't even have to use a skill. As long as I keep her in that Defile, she's going to get killed. So that was a great team fight. None of us got killed. We killed much of the enemy team, and now poor Amumu, he's off by himself for the 100th time in this game. He's going to continue getting destroyed by my Defile. Yeah, so much for Amumu. Okay, now most of the enemy team is dead, and I got a request to use my ultimate, and indeed Jax is running away, and he gets killed there. Poor Jax. So now that most of the enemy team is dead, I think Garen is the only one still alive on their team, so we are going to push on the other team's inhibitor. Let's go get it, guys. And the other team's Jax says, I made it so far, frowny face. We should probably be able to win the game here with 5 of us alive and 4 of the other team's team dead. But here's where we make a mistake. I ping the top inhibitor. I tell everybody, let's go for the top let's go for the top lane tower. Let's all go for this. Try to take that down, and then we'll go for the other two. Go for the 2 towers. We'll take them down, and then we'll try to get the other team's character. But I accidentally hit their Garen with my lay waste ability, and that means that the 2 towers focus me and I get killed. Just a dumb mistake by me. I shouldn't have done that. Mistake on my part. Meanwhile, look, Kain is attacking the bottom tower. I was attacking the top tower. Meanwhile, another part of our team, our Pantheon, and and David, playing as Tristana, are attacking the tower and the inhibitor up at the top. So that wasn't a bad target, but the problem is we all split up and we attacked 4 or 5 different targets at once. So instead of killing the other, instead of winning the game and killing the enemy team, now we're being counterattacked. And right now everybody is dead except Donsky and Kayan. So Donsky's going to try to run away. Donsky, if you had your Ghost up, this was the time to use it to get out of there. Instead, Donsky's not going to be slowed by Ashe's freezing arrows, and he's going to be slowly whittled down. And yeah, Donsky's going to die here. Unfortunately, his ultimate's not going to be enough to save him. So now all of us getting the Baron buff has largely gone to waste, because as soon as we die, we lose it. Kayan went off and went for the enemy team's jungle. He tried to steal their Golem buff again. Kayan, this was not the situation to do that. Once again, everyone else on our team is dead except for you, so you must come back and defend our base. You should not be running around in their jungle. That was a mistake there, so just for your own reference in the future. Also, if they had had a sight ward, at the golem, which good teams likely will do, they would have gone over there and just destroyed you instantly. And then it's 5 of them and no one back to defend our base. So this is a bad situation. It's only 2 of us against their whole enemy team. I have to play very cautiously here. I'm gonna stick back and just try to defend the tower. Now that the tower's gone down, we have to back out. We have to get out of here. We can't stick around in this fight. So Kyan's gonna be killed, and I have to get out of here. I'm going to use Ghost and Ghost out of here. David jumps into the fight, but David, this is a mistake as well. You're jumping into a 1-on-5 team fight. You're not going to win there, so that, like I said, that was a mistake. I am literally out of stuff to buy with money, so I bought the triple elixir. I have red, green, and blue, even though the red and the green don't do much. Right now, my only goal is just defend this tower as long as possible. Fortunately, the other Pantheon does a nice job here, jumping in behind the enemy team. The other team starts to focus me, so I'm gonna pop off my Zanya's ring here, I think, or evidently not. I'm sorry, I must have been confused with another fight. I'm gonna use Requiem here to kill Jax, and Garen sticks around too long, and he's gonna be killed by, well, I guess by me. I thought it was, even though it looks like it was Pantheon that did it. So now the other enemy team has made the exact same mistake we just did. That is, they stuck around too long in our base instead of going back to defend their own. And fortunately, since we have 2 inhibitors down, we've got those super creeps, which are pushing up the lanes. This is one problem with a game that goes on a long time. There's literally nothing more for me to buy, so all I can do is just teleport forward. And if you notice, I pick the minion that the tower is targeting because your minions are invulnerable when you teleport, so it keeps that minion alive a little bit longer. So now we're going to destroy the bottom lane tower. And Kennen comes out to engage, but he runs through my wall of pain for no real reason, not sure why, and that means that I can kill him with Defile and Lay Waste. So that will kill Kennen, and I will get my 25th kill of the match. Now, Pantheon's going to jump on Ashe, and Pantheon, you're taking tower fire. Get out of there. Pantheon, you're taking tower fire. Pantheon. Oh, I guess that's it. So Pantheon, aggressive to the end, just stupidly gets killed by tower fire. Not that it matters, because we've taken down the 2 towers guarding the Nexus. We have all 3 inhibitors down. We have super creeps everywhere, and that's going to be the end of the enemy Nexus. So good game, guys. In terms of kills, though, it's actually quite even. The final score on kills was 46 to 45. Anyway, I had a good game here, obviously. 25 kills, 3 deaths, 14 assists. You can see some chat on the side about this. Kyan, very good game, man. 10 kills, 5 deaths, 12 assists. Clearly the next best player on our team. I can already see how much better you've been getting, just even in the limited games we've done together. David and Donsky, little too aggressive at times, but as you keep playing, you know, you'll get better. And our Pantheon, 18 deaths, that probably shouldn't be happening. He was very aggressive. So Kyan, you definitely outplayed our random Pantheon in this game. Now, like I said, in the first video, this wasn't the most balanced of matched. You can see I am level 21. Kyan, Donsky, and David are all level 5 or 6. They've only played a handful of games in this game. But as it turns out, the Garen on the other team is actually a higher level than me. He's actually level 22. So, you know, it isn't just me destroying, you know, newbie players in this game. The other team actually had someone with even more games played than I had. So, like I said, this wasn't me just taking a Smurf account and rampaging. This actually was a very fair game, and it was even in kills, dead even in kills, but we had the superior positioning from winning team fights, so that was ultimately what allowed us to win. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time.